I love lemons. Hey Bestie, welcome or welcome back. We're gonna do lemon DIY crafts today. Tool caddy that originally came from the Home Depot. I got it for $1.99 and I did get a discount on that. I've got these lemons and limes I ordered on Amazon and this cute scrapbook paper that I also got on Amazon. And what I'm going to do is clean off this little caddy first with the crud cutter. Then I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint and I'm just going to paint the whole thing. I want it to have a nice clean white base. Once that's done, looks nice and fresh now. I'm going to cut out some of that scrapbook paper, and I lost the footage, but I cut a piece for each of the sides, the shorter tall sides, and then the two other sides. I'm just showing you a quick picture of it. I roughed up the edges with my scissor blade, which you don't get to see, but I just did that to give it a little bit nicer look. And then I also painted the top handle bright yellow, and I added some lemons in there with some greenery, and I made a little bow out of some Dollar Tree ribbon. And this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like after. And I think it is so cute. It's got such a bright, fresh look, and I really, really love it. Let me know what you think. Little sign from the Dollar Tree. It's got some clothespins and rope, which I won't use. And then I found this really cute scrapbook paper at a thrift shop in Nebraska when I was visiting. I'm going to start off by removing that little jute twine and the little clothespins, and I'm going to sand down the front. And then I'm going to use some plaster chalk paint by Waverly and cover the front and back completely. I'm going to dry it off with my heat gun, and then, like I said, cover the back as well. I've chosen this really cute striped scrapbook paper, and I'm going to trace the shape of my little sign out, and I'll cut that out. And then I'm going to use a glue stick from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to attach it. And it worked really well, by the way. I haven't always had luck with them, but this time it worked, so I was very happy about that. And then I'm going to use a little nail file and sand around the edges, because every once in a while you get a little hangover and that gets rid of it. And I'm going to use my ladybug tool to clean up all the dust from the sanding. And I had painted these blocks, and I'm sorry that I didn't do it on camera. I painted them all white except for the outline of the letters on the front. I did yellow, and it spells out lemons. And now I'm hot gluing them to the bottom of this sign like a little shelf. Last spring, I found these cute little lemon slices at the Dollar Tree made out of wood. And so I'm using my Arteza paint markers in white and yellow, and I'm going to paint them and color it in like little lemon slices like they are. And they come out really cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love them. I have this netted burlap ribbon from burlapfabric.com that I adore. I'm going to use this to make kind of a faux basket. So I'm going to cut out a little strip, and I'm going to hot glue it right onto the sign. Then I'm going to use some more to make the other side like the front of the basket. And I'm going to make a little handle for the basket out of some rope that I got at the Dollar Tree. And it's obviously not a real basket, but it's just going to look like, you know, kind of a fake one on my sign. And then I'm going to take those little lemons, I'm going to hot glue them as if they're in the basket. And then I'll put this other piece of the netted burlap ribbon over the top and wrap it around, and it'll look, like I said, like a little basket. And this is coming out so cute. I kind of was making this up as I go, you know, like really winging it, but I'm really happy because I'm really loving it. Now I've got this little chalkboard clothespin thing from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to trace out another little piece of scrapbook paper that has lemons on it. I'm going to use my glue stick again, and I'm going to attach it, and that just fits right on there perfectly. I'm going to use that little nail file again to get around the edges, which works out really good in small spaces. And I'm going to take a Sharpie black marker, and I'm just going to write 5 cents. I couldn't find a sticker, and I didn't want to pull out my Cricut. I have it kind of, my craft room's a mess right now. So anyway, I didn't want to grab it, and I just went ahead and wrote it and put it on there, and I hot glued the clothespin on. Now I took a little scrap piece of wood that I shaped with a sanding sponge, and I'm going to pull out some rub-on stickers from the Dollar Tree and spell out the word fresh. Now I should have made this little piece of wood a teeny bit bigger so they are really squished together, but it's kind of cute. And I'm going to use a little bit of a foam piece to raise that up a little bit, and I'm going to hot glue that right on the front. And then I'm going to get this really cool sisal rope that comes in 3 parts really. So I'm going to pull one part away, and I'm just going to hot glue it all the way around the edge of my sign. You guys, I love this. I hope you like it too. I really think it turned out cute, and it was so fun to make. mason jar sign from the Dollar Tree and a page out of one of the famous calendars, the Simply Blessed calendar at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use my little spatula and I'm going to remove those 2 limes on the front. I'm going to remove the little jute twine that was on there and use my heat tool to get rid of the tag. And now I'm going to lay the mason jar sign over the top of that calendar piece and I'm going to trace it out and then I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to use some Mod Podge to attach it. And then you see that part of the handle didn't get on there and the top. I'm just going to piece some little extras together and make that work. And then I will also use the Mod Podge to attach those as well. I'm going to put a layer of the Mod Podge over the top just to protect the paper. And I'm going to sand around the edges to make sure I get any excess paper that might have hung over. I'm going to sand the top of the little limes because they were covered in glitter. And then I'm going to use Arteza paint markers in white and yellow, and I'm going to turn these limes into lemons. I'm going to use some hot glue and attach the little lemons onto the front of my mason jar, kind of like it's a glass of lemonade. And then I am going to use some mesh tubing and wrap it around to create the threads on the mason jar. And I'll attach that with hot glue. Since I removed the original hanger, I'm going to use a little bit of rope, hot glue, and masking tape and just create a little hanger on the back. And since I like my projects to be finished on both sides, I'm going to use some craft paper, hot glue it to the back, trim it, and then I will cover the back and it will look nice and finished. I'm adding a little Mod Podge to the 2 lemons in the front, and there you can see how I have my little hanger poking through the craft paper in the back. I am really happy with how this one turned out. At Dollar General, which I rarely go to, it's not right by my house. And I'm going to remove that front little sign with my spatula, and then I'm going to take my Arteza paint markers and I'm going to fill in the flowers and the leaves. And I did the bicycle frame, and by accident I got caught up in the coloring and I forgot it was going to be lemons. So when I realized what I did, I went ahead and I covered the wheels in white because I planned on doing something different and I don't know what happened. So now I'm just going to trace out the shape of a circle using one of my paint lids, and then I'm going to turn those wheels into lemons. I don't know, I got so caught up, I thought I was just coloring. It was kind of fun actually. So I'm creating the little shape of like a lemon slice if you cut it right in half, and I'm doing that on each of the wheels with my paint markers, and then I'm going to fill those in with the yellow as well, and I think they come out super cute. And now I'm filling in the little rind around the edge of the lemon. I'm also going to color in some other things here, the basket and the seat. I found these cute little sticker decals at Michael's, and I'm going to put the fresh one in the middle and then just add a little lemon to the back. And then I'm going to take my plaster chalk paint and I'm going to paint all the way around all the edges because it was kind of like a brown MDF substance. And I'm going to paint the entire back with it as well. Since you can see the back, I decided to add some really cute scrapbook paper. I traced around the bike, and now I've got this adorable lemon scrapbook paper on the back, and I'm using a glue stick to attach it. And that way if it's on your tray, or you'll still be able to see it no matter where it sits. And I'm sanding any excess that hangs over off. And I'm going to put a coat of Mod Podge over it to seal it. And I'm just so happy with this one too. I hope you guys like it. from Dollar Tree and some little cutouts from the back of these calendars from the Dollar Tree, the Farmer's Market and the Simply Blessed calendars. And I'm just going to use those little pictures on the very back of the calendars. I'm going to pick any lemon related ones, which I was lucky enough to find 4 of them, which worked out great because I only had 6 vases to cover, and I came up with a solution for that too. And these are going to be so cute. I trimmed them down to size, and then I'm going to paint my dice or die with the Kills white primer. I'm going to cover it. It takes about 2.5 coats pretty much, and then I'm going to put some Mod Podge down, and on each of those 4 sides I'm going to put the little pieces that I cut out from those calendar backs. And I'm also going to put Mod Podge over the top and just generously coat them so they stay in place. And in case you're wondering, I am making this to put on a tiered tray. It's just the perfect size, and no matter what angle you look at it, there'll be something really cute and lemony on it, which I think is going to be super fun for spring and summer. Now remember those decal stickers that I got at Michael's? I found 2 that would fit perfectly on the 2 sides that still needed something. And then I took my Arteza paint markers and I drew little teeny lemons in every single corner. So there's 8 of them all together, and they came out so cute. Oh my gosh, it just was that little pop of color there that it really needed. And there's the little leaves that I'm putting on. I'm in love with this thing. It's adorable. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. Please tell me in the comments. Dollar Tree, some buffalo check tissue paper I got from Michael's, and a Valentine's sign that I got at the Dollar Tree. And just removing the little metal hearts, and then I'm going to pull out the rope in the back and the staples, and then I'm going to sand down the holes and fill them with a little bit of spackle. And once that's dry, I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to put some tape on the very back and just to hold the 2 pieces together, and then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to run a bead of hot glue down the middle. I've seen a friend of mine do this, Jenny at Lovely Moments Creating, and I wanted to try it and see if it worked. It did work pretty well. And then when you're done, you just remove the tape, and if there's any glue there, you just kind of sand it down, and now I've got my 2 pieces together. Now, I don't trust the hot glue, so I'm going to also put 2 ends of the paint stir sticks that I had cut off from a different project. Now I'm going to paint this with my Kills white primer, and I'm going to give it a good coat of paint. I am going to be covering it with the tissue paper, but I don't want to see that MDF color coming through. I want to see the white coming through. So I'm going to measure out how much I need of this buffalo check tissue paper. And once I have it, I'm going to use some Mod Podge, and I'm going to lay a coat down, and then I'm going to put down my tissue paper as carefully as possible. And I'm going to gently use my brayer tool to run over the top and get rid of as many wrinkles and bubbles as possible. I'm going to sand the edges and make sure there isn't any hangover of the tissue paper. Now I've got that lemon napkin. It's a 2-ply, so I'm going to remove the 1-ply from the back, and then I'm going to try to flatten out the folds that are already there. And then I'm going to position it, and you can already kind of see the circle because I tried one and made a mistake. Anyway, long story, it's over with. I fixed it. And now I'm just going to use Mod Podge and attach this one the right way. Don't do it the wrong way. Believe me, you got to take that ply off or else it will not work, and that's what I did wrong the first time. Because this napkin is so thin, I'm not going to use my brayer. I'm not even going to use saran wrap in a brayer because it comes right through and it's wet already. So you have to just be super gentle. Use your fingers, keep them as dry as possible, and touch it as lightly as possible. It's honestly not my favorite thing to work with, but if you can get them to stay, the effect is very nice. And super gently I'm going to sand on the edges to get the excess napkin off. I don't want to pull it or anything. So now I'm going to use some Waverly ink chalk paint, which is like black. I didn't have black letters that would work for this, so I am painting gold and blue letters black. And I'm now going to position my letters, and I also needed 5 E's, and out of 2 packages I only had 3 E's. Was it 3 E's? Yeah, 3 E's, but I did have 2 extra C's, so I use the C's and then I use a marker and I turn them into E's. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You have to get resourceful here. I didn't want to run out to the store. And what this is gonna say is squeeze the day. Now, how cute is that? Oh my gosh. And here I come with my Sharpie filling in the little E's. It actually works out really well to do this. So if you ever have this problem, you know how to fix it now. I'm going to put some Mod Podge over the words because I don't want any of that paint to peel off, and this will just seal it very nicely for me. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I am bow challenged. I try, I really do. So I'm going to make like 3-layered bow, and I'm using a little twisty tie thing in the middle. Oh gosh, you guys, it does come out cute, but watching me do this is painful. So I almost don't want to count this part as a tutorial. I would say watch somebody who's better at making bows. And I guess I'll just be grateful that mine turns out at all. So literally I'm just making 3 bows, and I'm using the twist tie to stack them. So it starts off as a smaller bow, medium-sized bow, and then a bigger bow behind. And then I'm going to take the little lemony bow right here, and I'm going to cut a little piece and wrap it around the middle to hide the little twisty tie thing. So that way it almost looks like a really cute bow, but we both know that it is what it is. And then once it's all done, I'm going to take the ends, I'm going to dovetail them with my scissors, and I'm going to do that to all 3 of the bows. I'm just pulling the 2 ends of each, or the 2 tails of each bow together and cutting them. And then I'm going to come over to my sign, and I'm going to position the bow in the top middle, and I'm going to hot glue it right there. I'm also going to put a dab of hot glue under each of the ribbons so that they stay away from the letters and they don't cover them up, and that way you can see all the different ribbons together. I probably should have placed the bow a little bit higher, so I felt like there's a gap there, and I took another one of those little sticker decals and I just put it there. It was just a little lemon. And then I made a little hanger for the back where I put the little rope down, some hot glue, and some masking tape. And then I'm going to get out my craft paper, and I'm going to cover the back and then make a little slit for that hanger to come out. I just had a few scraps of buffalo check ribbon left over, so I decided to do a line on the very top and the bottom, and I thought that looked super cute, so I'm happy I did that. But I still felt like there was something missing. So I got this black kind of poly rope that you can get at the Dollar Tree in the automotive section, and I hot glued it all the way around all 4 edges, and then I felt like the sign was done. And I'm actually very happy how it turned out, even with the bow. I cannot wait to hear what you think, and if you like the way I made it look like there's a lemon over the buffalo check. That's my favorite part, you guys. I like that part a lot. It's really cute. And I will keep working on my bows. I haven't given up yet. I'm going to take one of the oval rounds, of course, and then I found these lemons at IKEA, and they were on sale from $4.99 to $3.59, and there's quite a few in there, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then I've got some, little leaves that left over from some pics and some other ones, and then my burnt umber paint by Apple Barrel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mister that I got on Amazon. I'm going to get a little bit of the burnt umber paint. I'm going to mist all over my little wood oval, and then I'm just going to start putting the burnt umber on there. And what it does is it just glides over the top, and it waters it down, and then you can move it around very easily and get the desired look that you want. So then I turned it around, got the other side with some of the mist, and just continued on. And you just keep adding more and more of the burnt umber paint until you get the look you want. If it's too light, add more of the paint. If it's too dark, add more of the water. And this is such a nice way of doing this to give it that really nice stained look, but without the wood absorbing it too quickly. I'm going to take my heat tool and dry it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the back, but I don't need to be quite as careful about it because the back, you won't see it very much. And then I'm going to put the polyurethane one coat all over the front and back. Once that dries, I'm going to take these larger wood beads that I got on Amazon, and I'm going to put them, there's no corners, but if there were, put 4 of them on the bottom. And I'm going to use a combination of E6000 and hot glue so that it will dry right away with the hot glue and then stay very well with the E6000. And here we go. I'm just going to do that with all 4 of what becomes my little legs, but they're the little wooden beads. And I'm going to keep them natural. I think it's a nice contrast. Now I'm going to put the hole against the wood so that when it's sitting down, you don't see the bottom hole because it's laying on top of it. It's the best way, I think, to put them. Plus, it gives it a little bit of more of a flat surface to lay on. And I can squeeze that hot glue right into that hole so it oozes out when I turn it over, and that'll help with the hold. There we go. So now I have a little riser. Now I could have made it taller, but I like those beads a lot. So I'm going to take 3 of these lemons. Now I thought they were going to be styrofoam and I was going to cut them. Now listen to this. Oh my gosh, had no idea. They were like golf balls. Seriously, they felt like golf balls. So now I'm going to hot glue this greenery right on into the middle, and then I'm going to tack down each of the 4 leaves because I want them to lay a little more flat. The lemons are going to be sitting up high enough. And then I'm going to do again E6000 and hot glue combination with the 3 lemons and place them where I want. And then those last 2 little greenery picks, I'm just going to kind of hot glue them in between some of the lemons. This is so cute. You could set this on a shelf, on a tiered tray. It's just adorable, honestly. It could be on another riser. It's so cute and festive and bright. I love it for my kitchen. It's just so bright and cheery. I don't know what it is about lemons. It's like lemons and oranges. They're just so fresh. Anyway, I really love that look, and I don't know, just makes you kind of happy. Makes me think of lemonade. Tell me what you think. How would you have done this? Would you do the same thing I did, or would you have made it taller? It's also something that you could make 2 levels if you wanted by adding something taller between. Take this little, tin piece that I got for $3 at the thrift store. I've got these rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree, and this was left over from a sale item from Hobby Lobby. Got my Rust-Oleum chalked white linen paint and my Lagoon Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to remove the hanger that came with it. I'm going to use my crud cutter and clean it off because, thrift store. I'm going to use the Lagoon paint. I'm going to paint the entire thing front and back. It doesn't have to be a super solid coat because we're going to do a little distressing. I'm going to take this makeup brush, and they're really good for this, for kind of like a dry brush. Just put a little on your brush, wipe most of it off, and drag it across. And there you go. I've done that just to the front. And now I'm just going to see how I might position this. And I take my little snips and cut out those 2 pieces of wire that were sticking out. Those were attached to the original piece. Now I'm going to cut around the part that says Hello Summer with the 2 flowers and see what the whole thing will look like before I get started. Now these gold foil rub-on transfers take forever and they're not easy, so take your time, make sure you keep checking it, and it won't come out perfect no matter what you do. So you have to be ready for touch-ups, which I will do in just a minute. But I had rubbed for quite a long time. I decided not to show you the whole thing. And so there it is, and I've got a couple spots. I'm going to use my folk art metallic paint and just kind of touch them up. And then I'm going to take a combination of E6000 and hot glue to attach, and I'm just kind of checking where it's going to touch exactly. There's no point in getting lots and lots of glue for no reason. And I'm just going to press that on, let the hot glue dry. And then I think I need to add a new hanger. So I've got this cute gold and white baker's twine from Target. Just going to feed it through those little tin hanger things, tie a knot, and I'm just going to tack it down with some hot glue. And then on the back, put a little piece of masking tape over it just to really make sure that it is not going anywhere. It's not heavy, but if I decide to put anything else on it, it will definitely be able to handle it. And that's it. It's so cute, so easy, so fast, and I hope you like it. back, I'm going to use the 2021 Farmer's Market calendar and the month that has the fresh squeezed lemonade. I got this cutting board for $3.99 at the Goodwill. Now I'm going to start sanding it because it's got a couple of spots on it that I don't like. I end up staining it, but I'm going to cut each piece based on those planks. I had a plan when I first started, but I ended up abandoning it, so I start off doing it this way, and then I decided to take my X-Acto knife and fussy cut around everything. You'll see, there it is. It took a while, but I just put a video or two on, and that was it. Now I'm going to take my wood finish by Minwax. It's called Weathered Oak. And I'm just going to go ahead and stain the whole thing. This is after I sanded it. This really helps with getting the tone that I wanted on it and making it look more even. I'm going to do that to both sides. Then I'm going to use my Minwax polyurethane, and I'm going to use that for my decoupaging of the stuff I cut out. So I'm going to put a coat underneath, lay down, I'm doing it in sections, lay down the letters in the picture, and kind of push it down lightly with my finger, and then I will go back over the top with the polyurethane. And I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of it. I'm just kind of lining up the pieces, where they matched up, because originally I was going to do them as planks, and then I realized, nah, but I love how it turned out. What do you think? I am getting into cutting boards lately. I'm starting a little display in my kitchen of all different shapes and sizes. So this is one of the many cutting boards that I have to work with. So you'll be seeing more of them. I just love them. I love decorating with them. I'm taking that little Dollar Tree sign and a book that I've already read. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to take the beads off, take the little insert off, just using a staple remover to pull out those staples. But they were stubborn, so I had to use my little snips. And I'm going to use my Kills White primer paint. And I'm going to just paint that front of the little, actually it's the back of the little sign, because I'm not going to use the other side. That will be the back. I'm going to take a sharp blade and I'm going to cut down the spine of this book and just get some book pages out. It's just a small paperback. I just wanted one that had a lot of words on it. So what I'm going to do is kind of fold it into thirds and then use the blade again and cut little pieces. So like a third of each page. Then I'm going to take those, and I'm trying to put together a little contraption here to roll them and make it easier. Can I just be honest? Nothing made it easier. I bet there's like a quilling tool out there or something that I know nothing about. Wish I had it. But what I did was I just rolled it around this little stem from a faux flower piece I got somewhere. And I'm going to keep rolling those until I have a whole bunch. And what I'm going to do to add to my lemon decor is I decided I'm going to make a cute little lemon and frame it. So once I get a bunch of these little rolled pieces, I cut some of them to kind of shape the lemon. So I want to kind of round it as it gets to the top. And then the bottom also is kind of graduated. And then I'm going to cut a little pieces and make like a stem. Now I could leave it just like this. It would be in a way the way the inspired piece was, where it's just book pages. But I wanted to add some color so it fit with my lemon decor. After I finish gluing everything down with my hot glue, I'm going to take out some Waverly chalk paint. And the first color I'm going to use is maize, so yellow. And then the next color I'm going to use is fern, which is a green. I'm going to put them in the caps of those and water it down by squirting a little bit of water in there. And the reason I'm doing that is I want you to still see the writing on the book pages, and if I use the solid color, you wouldn't be able to see them anymore. So by watering it down, now I just lightly put some on, and I'm going to put yellow, obviously, all over the lemon and green on the stem, but you can still see that they're book pages, and that's what I wanted. I really love using the book pages. I just think that is so cool. It's just a kind of whimsy look, and I really love it. And once that's done and it dries, I will put it back in the frame. But first, I have to finish all my projects off. So what I'm going to do is get out some craft paper, and I'm going to go ahead and hot glue it to the back. And I didn't have the perfect size piece, so I just used some scraps, which was fine. Use it all up. Then I will pop it back into the frame, and there it is. It's good to go. And now it's going to complement my lemon decor. And I hope you guys like it. It's made out of wood. It was $3.99, but it was originally $15.99. And I'm going to take that same Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm going to paint the whole thing. And then I've got this napkin from the Dollar Tree in Mod Podge. And then of course, I've got my lemons and limes again from Amazon. I'm gonna clean this whole thing off. But first I'm gonna put a hanger on the back, because if I forget to do that, it's gonna be harder to do once I put everything on there. So I just took a little piece of rope, tied some knots, put a little ribbon over it to make it look cute. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and paint this plate. I did 2 coats, but I'm gonna put stuff over the top, so I wasn't too worried about it. So this napkin I thought was 2-ply. So there I am taking it off. It didn't say anything on the packaging, so this is something to really beware of. Now I'm covering a little section in the middle with the Mod Podge, and I'm just gonna start in the middle. And everything seems fine at this point. I left this one in here because I want you to see what happens when you don't remove all the plies and you do decoupaging. So now I'm just laying down some more Mod Podge. I'm doing it little sections at a time to try to avoid, you know, a lot of wrinkles and bubbles. But do you see what happened? There was a 3rd ply. Well, now I can't get it off without ruining the whole charger. So I'm gonna go with it, and lesson learned, and I'm just gonna try to decorate over that stuff so it's more in the background. I've got this garland from the Target dollar spot for $3. Got these grass pieces, faux grass from Amazon. And I'm gonna start putting them on kind of where the bottom, the points meet together at the bottom, and I'll just kind of build up from there. And I think I used 3 or 4 pieces on each side, and I did cut that pick apart so I could put them where I wanted them rather than wherever the pick would kind of dictate. And you see I'm just kind of fitting them in there and going up slightly towards, you know, the higher parts. And there I filled it all up, so you can't see that stuff on there. And then I'm gonna take a couple of those lemons and some of pieces from that little garland I got at the Target dollar spot, stab them into those lemons, and then hot glue the lemons on. And then I'm gonna put a little dab of hot glue and get those leaves to lay down a little nicely. And then I'm gonna take some of those lemon slices and little lemon wedges and put those down. I've got a little piece of wood left over from something from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to find that really pretty yellow, white polka dotted scrap of paper. I'm just going to cut a piece to match. Now I am going to show you me doing the scissor blade, roughing it up, but first I want to have a color showing, so I took a yellow jot marker from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just putting a little border around it. And then there I am, taking those scissor blades. I learned this from my friend Linda at FaithChick777 DIY and Design. And I just made some little fake stitches on there because I didn't want to sew around it like she does, but I love that look. And then I've got this amazing little 2-sided tape applicator I got on Amazon, and that way I can just stick it right on there without having to use any glue and worry about wrinkles or bubbling or anything. And now I'm just going to handwrite easy peasy lemon squeezy. I just didn't get my Cricut out or look for stickers, but you certainly can. I just figured for something so small I'd be really careful and try to write nicely. It's not perfect, but just for fun. So I like the way that looks. And then once that's done, I'm going to put some little dots around all the ends in the word lemon just to give that word a little more personality. And that's it for that piece. All I'm going to do is hot glue it right onto that spot where all the leaves are in the bottom. And that's it for this one. And I think it turned out so cute. There's the original again, very plain. And look what we have now, a cute little lemon decor wall hanger or shelf sitter. I really love this one, and I hope you guys like it too. Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.